Good morning, everyone. I'm Professor Claire McGauley, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to this virtual graduation celebration for the School of Social Sciences. And you will see in my background the beautiful Whitworth Hall. A reminder for everyone that this session is being live streamed on YouTube. If you're happy for our image to be shown to those watching on the live stream, please turn your camera on, as we would love to see the students who are celebrating here today with us. That live stream recording will also be posted on our YouTube channel later today so that you can share it with your family and friends. This has been the most challenging of times to study a degree and graduate from university. When the pandemic hit back in March 2020, none of us had any idea how long it would last, how many challenges we faced, how many hurdles we would have to overcome. But together we faced up to it and we succeeded. Class of 2021, you are the class that stood up to the toughest of tests and excelled. Today we are so proud of each and every one of you. I'm so proud of what you have achieved, and you should be so proud of yourselves too. Wherever you are in the world, and we have students from 50 different countries joining us here today, wherever you are logged in from, today is a day of celebration. To celebrate the hard work that you have put into your degree, to celebrate the friends and family and your supporters who have kept you going along the way. And today, we, your lecturers and support staff, are celebrating with you too. We are here cheering you on as you take the next step into the world, and we can't wait to see where the world takes you. Whatever the future holds, it's sure to be a bright future, because if you can complete a degree in a global pandemic, you can do anything. And I said this to my own daughter, who is also graduating this year, you can do anything. And before we get started, I'd just like to thank all of you for joining us today. And I'd also like to say a big thank you to our engagement and external relations team behind the scenes organising and running this event today. And now, without further ado, here is our head of school, Professor Brian Hippie, to congratulate the school, the class of 2021 and the School of Social Sciences students graduating today. So over to you, Brian.
I was muted. So, hello everyone. It's really nice to see you all. Let me try to get the view here so I can actually see you all. Gallery. Right, so welcome. This is not probably what you expected 3 years ago, but we are here to celebrate you, as Claire has said. The class of 2021 will always be in our minds, and we will remember you as the most resilient class of most of our lives, actually. I've never experienced something like this before, and neither have you or your parents, I suspect. But what I've been amazed by is how brilliantly you've all done. So any year to get a degree is a major achievement. In this year, to get a degree is beyond a major achievement. It's really a testament to how dedicated you are and how resilient and strong you are. I know it's been tough for lots of people, but we are delighted that you have graduated and that we see so many of you here today. But let's make this a bit more interactive if we can. And I'd like you just to wave your hands if anyone can hear me. Could you do that, please? So I don't feel I'm talking to an empty screen. Hello, I can see someone there having a glass of champagne. Oh, a few people. So a few of you are there with your parents. And now I'd like you to turn to your parents. So those of you who are there with parents or with a friend, doesn't matter who you're there with. And I would like to say thank you. Say it. thank you to your friend or to your parents. Thank you for all the support you've given me. Are you saying that? I can't hear you. And I would also like to say thank you for the financial support, particularly. Are you saying that? So for the rest of you, and for those students, I want to say genuinely how proud I am. I, each year, and people don't believe it, they think it's a bit of a scam. Each year I say, you know, I get emotional at this time of the year. And I do genuinely get emotional at this time of the year, but it's been nothing compared to this year because I know that it has been tough. I know it's been tough for you, it's been tough for academics, but it's been really tough not seeing most of you for at least a year. So I imagine now, I can see you here, and I imagine you most weeks, I imagine what you're doing in your studying in your room, or you're, you know, going for a walk with your mask on and so on. And I think this time of the year now, we can be safe in meeting up with others, but we can also be safe, I hope, in celebrating this really remarkable achievement on your behalf this year. And I hope you do that with your family, your parents, your friends, whoever it is who is around with you. And if you have to do it virtually, do it virtually. So we will see you in the future. There are different ways in which we might see you. One way is through our alumni network, where we continue our relationships with you. So make sure you're involved in that. The other ways are, for example, we still offer you support around employment and careers advice after you've graduated. And hopefully, we're going to have a real in-person graduation sometime next year, and I hope that you're able to make that. So enough from me, other than to say, you know, you're a remarkable crew, and it's been an absolute pleasure to have this tiny opportunity to say, you know, I've missed you, I value you, you're incredible. So congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Brian.
I think
Thank you
Claire
very
is meant to
much.
come in now.
Thank you. And I'd like to show you a sign that my nieces made, which I promised I'd show you. I don't know if you can see that. A big "So Proud of You" banner that they made. So my little nieces have been involved as well. So thank you, Brian. And it now gives me great pleasure to introduce our Director of Learning and Teaching, Dr. Mario Pezzino, who will introduce our guest speaker today. So over to you, Mario.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much. It is a great pleasure to be here and to talk to you. Just a couple of words before I introduce our guest speaker. These have been really 1.5 difficult years. We already talked about that, but I would like to say again, as a school, all my colleagues, myself, we've been all very impressed by the way you engage with us. You engage with with your studies, with your learning. And it's been really a pleasure to teach you, to support you, to engage with you. I would like to share a little piece of information here because, you know, we're all very proud of all you've done. In the last couple of days, we are extra proud because, you know, we've been informed that 7 students in the School of Social Sciences won the Outstanding Academic Achievement Award. This is an award from the university, and it means we have 7 students from the School of Social Sciences among the 20 top performers in the faculty. Is a big, big achievement. So congratulations also to all of you, but to these students too. And we are very, very proud of this. I know also that there are many students among you who will get the Dean's Award for Achievement. This will be from the faculty, from the Dean of Humanities, who will get in touch with all of you who won this award. So really well done, amazing. I don't want to take too much of your time, so it is my privilege, it is my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker to you. It is Professor Gary Young. He's a professor of sociology, joined us in 2020. Gary, I had a look at his website, he's amazing. He's an award-winning broadcaster, author, he wrote 5 books, and journalist. He reported for The Guardian from all over the world, but from 2003, he was the correspondent in the United States. So if you're curious, please have a look at his website. There is a lot of information there, and you will see all is written. And today will give us a guest talk to all of you. So I don't want to take any more of your time. Again, many congratulations. We are very happy and pleased and proud of you and being here. I pass now the stage, the microphone to our guest speaker, Gary. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mario. First and foremost, I want to say congratulations. You made it. And wherever you are and however you're viewing this, I'm sure it must be difficult to grasp the scale of the journey that you've taken thus far. That there was a time when you couldn't talk, walk, read, or write. My best friend used to teach a reception class, that's 4 and 5-year-olds, and he described it as like holding a dinner party for 30 people who'd never been to a dinner party before. Some didn't know if it's okay to sit on the table or the chairs, or if it's okay to snatch food from somebody else's plate or throw it like a ball, let alone what the knives and the forks were for. And he said, when you're teaching reception, you're just trying to get through the day with nobody getting hurt, everybody getting fed, and maybe, just maybe, learning something that means you can have a better dinner party the next day. That was you once. That was all of us. As a small child, my mum used to put on the song Young, Gifted and Black by Bob and Marcia and put my feet on hers and then dance us both around the living room. They're playing our song, she'd say. It was the early 70s in Britain, and she was barely 30. And I was the youngest of 3 children that she was raising alone. Struggling to believe there was a viable future for her children in a country where racism was on the rise and the economy was in the tank, she'd seriously considered returning to Barbados, where she was born. But there was no turning back. And so we danced around the living room, singing ourselves up, imagining a world in which we could thrive, for which we had no evidence but great expectations. Many years later, I interviewed at The Guardian, where I'd go on to be a columnist for 2 decades. The interview wasn't for a job, but for a bursary so that I could study journalism. I was 23. I'd written precisely 1 article in a regional newspaper and a few in a student newspaper. And I was asked what kind of job I would aspire to if I ever got to work at The Guardian. A columnist, I said. Well, there's only room for a handful of columnists on a newspaper, I was told, which is true. It's a very valued real estate on a newspaper. But I asked, well, why shouldn't one of them be me? Now, from another applicant, that question might have come from a sense of entitlement, but it was a genuine inquiry from me. I was merely articulating the logic that had got me that far and that had propelled us dancing around the living room as a child, imagining a world in which I might thrive, for which I had no evidence. And that's the message I want to impart to you today. Not least because, as been mentioned already, you've had such a tough time. You're graduating in the middle of a global pandemic, which has distorted as much as half of your university experience. You emerge into a world of masks and distance, travel alerts and Zoom graduation. Well, I don't have to tell you how tough a time you've had, but I do want to recognize that it has been hard and weird and disruptive and challenging, and that to get to this point is testament not just to your smarts as it relates to your course, but to a personal resource with far more flexible and valuable currency that Brian has already mentioned, resilience. You've been tested in a harsh way that you couldn't revise for and will never be marked for, and you've made it through. You have every reason to be proud of yourselves. Those who supported you have every right to be proud too. You graduates, your achievement is your own, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. But you didn't get here on your own exactly. The poet John Donne wrote, "No person is an island entire of itself. Each is part of a continent, a part of the main. Parents and carers sacrificed, relatives nurtured. There have been hands to catch you if you fell, ears you bent, soldiers, shoulders to lean on when you wept, and for the very lucky ones, bank accounts to draw on when you've been broke. Teachers taught, and they themselves had to be educated and trained. Universities had to be cleaned, built, and administered. The state helped, for some of us more than others. People who will never get this far contributed taxes so that you might make it. People who never knew what name you would carry have paid for you already." Which brings me back to the person who paid most for me, and that was my mum. She never made it to my graduation. She died suddenly when I was 19 and she was just 44. But she crammed a lot into those 44 years. She was the epitome of resilience. She migrated from Barbados as a teenager, bore 3 kids, raised them alone, fostered 2 more, trained as a nurse, retrained as a teacher, and was a community activist. She taught numeracy and literacy at night school and Asian women English on Saturday mornings. She was a strident, working-class Black woman in a world that hasn't valued those qualities, all in the same person very much. I saw her face down policemen, racist neighbors, and negligent union officials, and these challenges did not provide her with the easiest path in her life, but it was her path and her life, and when she died, she could rest easy. She believed that the world she wanted to create was never going to come to her, so she would have to take the fight to it. She took me on my first rally, which was Help the Aged when I was 4, my first demonstration, Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament when I was 14, and my first picket of the South African Embassy when I was 17. Even in her sudden and untimely death, there were valuable lessons. That life is too short to waste on people you don't care about, but long enough to make a difference if you want to. She never got to read my columns. My life now as a professor, author, broadcaster, and journalist would have been, I think, as unlikely to her as anything else she hoped I might achieve as a child as we padded around our living room. And yet here I am. This is not a Horatio Alger's message about rugged individualism and that anyone can make it. The notion that we should all pull ourselves up by our bootstraps is a noxious one when some are born without shoes and others were gifted with loafers. But it's a message about self-authorship, that we don't know what happens next, that the world you grow into professionally and personally doesn't exist yet, it's in the making. And that means that you have the opportunity or even responsibility to be part of making it, to dream your world into being, to will a reality into existence, to be the change that you would like to see. When I graduated in 1992, gay marriage, an England football team making an anti-racist statement before each game, or Britain being out of the European Union were all unimaginable. Who knows what the world will look like by the time the class of 2050 graduates? And I just want to emphasize that because the life you aspire to may not yet be visible in these tough times, but that doesn't mean it's not possible for the future. I say that as a living product of a vision of my mother's world that she sacrificed a great deal for, but could not see. So the career you wish to have may not yet exist. You may have yet to invent it. The rights you may seek to enjoy may not yet exist. You may have to suggest and secure them. Your script has not yet been written. Your song has not yet been sung. That is for you to do. So things may look bleak. It's been a tough year, The propensity to despair at times may be strong, but should not be indulged. Sing yourself up. Imagine a world in which you might thrive, for which there may be no evidence, and then build it. Fight for it. Own it. Thank you.
What a fantastic speech. What an inspirational speech. Gary, tears in my eyes. Brian said it's an emotional time, and it certainly is. It's quite overwhelmingly emotional. What a brilliant speech. Thank you, Gary. And we are now going to hear from our teaching staff across the school with messages for all our students from all the individual departments. And to start us off, we have the absolutely amazing, wonderful Will Floodgate from Criminology.
Thank you, Claire. So, a huge congratulations to all of our Criminology graduates. As it's been said already, it's an emotional time. It's always a special moment when we get to watch our students graduate. I feel especially privileged to be a part of this graduation today. The year that you started your degrees was the same year that I started my lectureship at the university, and you were my first ever undergraduate class. And I look back on that time with many fond memories, and I hope you do too. I feel especially lucky to have been able to teach you as well at each stage of your degree. Completing a degree at a Russell Group university is never an easy task. It's not supposed to be easy. It is supposed to challenge you, it's supposed to push you, and it's supposed to develop you, not only as academics, but also as individuals. But the conditions in which you've completed your degrees has been unprecedented. The challenges that have been presented by the pandemic have been significant. We had to move quickly to online teaching. We developed that over the summer and we tweaked it on the fly. Granted, there were some bumps along the way, but we got here in the end. Now, rather than focusing on the difficulties that you faced in the past 18 months, and of course, over the duration of your degree, I encourage you to reflect on the positives, because there are many. Through these challenges, you have displayed such valuable qualities: determination, perseverance, and resilience. And these are the sorts of qualities that demonstrate just how successful you'll be in whatever you choose to do after this degree. You have been challenged perhaps more than any other cohort in the history of higher education. And what's remarkable is that you are the highest scoring cohort we've had in the department. And that really shows something quite special. It's an exciting time graduating from university, but it can also feel very daunting. Some of you, I know, having spoken with you, know exactly what you want to do after this degree. Some of you are going to study at postgraduate level. Others of you have jobs lined up, but there'll be many of you who don't really know what you want to do next. And that's okay, because you're not expected to know. I certainly didn't know what I wanted to do when I graduated from my undergraduate degree in criminology. And it's okay to take some time to figure out these next steps. I think after the last 18 months, you certainly deserve to take some time to relax and to recharge before taking on your next challenge. And remember in that you still have access to our fantastic career service after you've graduated. We can support you in securing employment or future study. And so please make use of us. It has been a real pleasure to get to know you over the 3 years. As I say, this is a cohort that will always stay with me. It will hold a special place for me. And I'm really proud of your achievements given the challenging circumstances. And on behalf of the department, we wish you all the very best for your future in taking your next steps, whatever they may be. This is often said, but we really mean it. Please keep in touch. We'd love to hear from you. Our doors, whether they be virtual or physical, are always open to you. So please do stay in touch. I'd now like to hand over to Akosh Valentini. Thank you.
On behalf of the economics faculty, I would like to congratulate to the prize winners and to all our graduates in economics. You worked hard, you made sacrifices, and above all, you stayed motivated under very difficult circumstances to graduate. You did what was hard. You achieved something great. So you should really be proud of yourself. We hope that you also enjoyed your time at Manchester to extent you could in the last 1.5 years. And we wish you the best of luck for the future. You have just joined the tribe of professional economists. Thank you.
Yeah, I believe it's my turn now. So
Yeah.
Good morning, all BA Econ students. So I'm Dr. Ron Chen. I'm the program director for the BA Econ program. So it's very good to see so many familiar names on the Zoom participants list. I was taking a few minutes just to browse through 500 different pictures and try to find students that I met or students I know. So I'm very, very happy to see some of you. It's good to see. Also, thanks to people who are joining us on YouTube, which I from your home in the UK or from the other side of the world at the moment. So, as all my colleagues have said, I think it's very important to celebrate the achievements that you and your fellow classmates have made this year. And for the parents and friends who are joining us also, you should be incredibly proud of your daughters, sons, and peers. As we all know, this has been a very challenging year, especially to our students all around the world. There's no doubt that, similar to Will, actually, there's no doubt that you're one of the very special cohort in my mind. Of course, not that because today marked my very first year as your program director, but also all the hard work that you have put in when you're unfortunately isolated in your dormitory, or you might have to squeeze in your tiny bedroom, watching all our lecture videos where your sister, your mom, or your cat could bother you at any point of the time. So either way, you are truly amazing. And this is just the very beginning, right? So I think all the experience that the pandemic has forced upon you will truly make you a better individual, as you have learned how to organize everything well when things seems to be falling apart. Learn to challenge yourself when things were suddenly organized so differently from the ordinary, and learn how to be a more mature person when you have to be more independent in this environment when the pandemic was just next to you. So on behalf of the BA Econ program administrative team, we truly wish that you'll be very successful in the next stage of your career, be able to chase your dreams, which is the most important, and do what you really want to do or meant to do. And please do share all of your stories to us. We would very much love to hear where and how you have been, not in the near future, but also in the many years to come. I was always very surprised that Xiao, who is the program administrator, could remember students who have graduated in 15 years, even as of now. So perhaps I might be one of them, even though I'm horrible with names. So, but if you keep bothering me, I will remember that for sure. Right? So please do let us know how you have been, and I hope you could be proud of you being graduated from the University of Manchester, where your aspiration is bringing you to next. So thank you very much. And I'm passing the baton to Ruby Hammer from Law.
Thank you. Good morning, class of 2021. I would like to extend a huge congratulations to all of you for the successes that you have achieved and the outstanding academic results that you've achieved this year. And all the staff in law, both academic and professional service staff, would also like to put forward their congratulations to you. Much has been said today about the outstanding challenges that you have faced throughout your time at Manchester, and this has really affected your experience. But what I would like to say to you is to really turn this into a positive. It might not have been the experience that you had envisaged when you arrived at Manchester, but really, I would like you to all go out and celebrate not just your success with your exam results and your graduation, but all the other outstanding achievements. And this might be something simple like an act of kindness in supporting a student that was struggling, setting up a social media group to support you whilst you were going through this difficult time so that you could work in a group remotely. But also what we've noticed, certainly within the law department, is how absolutely brilliant you have all been. You have all continued to support the Justice Hub and continue. You've taken part in virtual work experience schemes, both within the University at Manchester and the Justice Hub, but also I know from my academic advisees and other students, you've gone out and you've really excelled in challenging your own boundaries and being brave enough to take part in various schemes. You've continued to keep your student societies going, and we even managed to start a client interviewing competition in virtual times. So all of these things are tremendous achievements. They're achievements in normal time, but to have managed to do these things virtually, separate, scattered throughout the globe, is really testimony to your strength and determination. And this is something that you should be proud of and you should shout about. When you're out there in the real world and you're shaping your future and you're applying for jobs or further study, don't be afraid to highlight all these achievements and the difficult circumstances in which you've managed to achieve them. So what I would like to say to you is we really want you to keep in touch with us. We want to know how you are doing. We want to continue to support you beyond today. So if it is that you haven't had time to perhaps think about what you're going to do next, come back and have a word. The tutors will be available, and certainly in September you'll be able to get in touch with people. So stay in touch with us. Let us know how you go out into this brave, new and very different world. And what you do with the skills and the Manchester experience that you have achieved. So a big congratulations. We're all very proud of you, and we're proud of your parents and carers and those that have supported you through. But we're here and we've got through it and you've graduated. So a big well done and a big virtual clap to you all. Thank you. So I'm going to now hand over to philosophy and Graham Stevens.
Thanks, Ruby. Yes, I just want to reiterate what everybody else has said. It's a magnificent achievement in any year, but for you people graduating this year with all of the adversity that you've had to deal with, it's really, really incredible what you've achieved. I know it's been a huge challenge. I think all of us in philosophy, the thing we'd like to say to you is just how sorry we are that we've not had the chance to see you in person this year. Philosophy, as you know, is a discipline that thrives on communication and working together, discussing things with each other. And you've all done a spectacular job of doing that over Zoom and the other kinds of media that we've used, but all of us have missed that opportunity to be with you. Speaking personally, I can say that, you know, interacting with students is one of the real joys of my job, and it's been hard this year to miss out on that. But we do hope that we will get to see you in person before too long. As everyone else has said, we hope that you'll keep in touch, that you'll come back to see us. And I just want to wish you all of the best for the future. And I'm now going to hand you over to Yoram from politics. So thank you very much and well done.
Thank you very much, Graham. As the incoming head of politics, I'd like to offer a warm congratulations on behalf of the whole Department of Politics to each one of our students who is graduating this year. You're the class of 2021, and I can say on behalf of all my colleagues in politics that it's been a pleasure to have met and to have taught you throughout your degree with us, but also a privilege to have seen you grow intellectually, personally, and professionally. We hope you will always have happy memories of your time here at Manchester. As Brian and various others have mentioned, as a department, we've been amazed by your resilience and positivity in the most challenging of circumstances. We hope your study of politics won't stop here. Whatever you go on to do, we hope you keep searching, wondering, reading, and asking critical questions. I am sorry we aren't able to share this moment with you in person, but I hope you all go on to have as many celebrations as you possibly can today. Please keep in touch. We'd love to know where the study of politics takes you. I'd like to end by wishing all politics students graduating today every success in your future careers. I now hand over the stage, the screen and the microphone to Nick Turnbull, the Director of the Politics, Philosophy and Economics Programme.
Cheers, Yoram. Right, so to all the PPE students, I remember 3 years ago when you all started, a lot of you hit the ground running and you haven't taken your feet off the gas ever since. It's been great to see. Even this year, PPE students have been involved in starting the Peterloo Institute, a student-led think tank. They've contributed to the editing of the Juncture Journal, they've been in the Postgraduate Economics Society, reading your work and topics in PPE. It's clear that there were lots of ambitious, critical analyses that you've written and some great dissertations. And it really shows us the best results in PPE that we've ever had in terms of graduation of attainment. But at this point, it's great to celebrate the results, but they don't matter so much now. You've got a wide variety of skills in a triple major degree that'll take you a long way. And I think, I like Gary's sentiment about you can create the future, and I'd really encourage you to be creative and don't be hesitant or nervous about what the labour market will be at this time. Actually, I think people are already getting good positions and internships and going on to further study. I've been writing references for loads of students already. So I think you've got a lot of opportunities, and take that creativity and move on from there. I did get to meet a few students at a PPE Society event in July, and it was good to see them all in good spirits. I did encourage them to hold some post-graduation events, maybe in London or even for those of you in Europe or elsewhere. So do try to keep in touch with them. There is an alumni group via LinkedIn. I encourage you to join it. You can find lots of your predecessors doing amazing things. So for me, and this ends my time as PPE director, I'm afraid. I just want to say congratulations. It's been an absolute pleasure spending the past 3 years with you, and I wish you all the best of luck in the future. Next up is Tony from Social Anthropology.
Hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me. Yes, just to say a big congratulations to all of you, especially to the anthropology students. I do my field work in Zambia. And the Bembe-speaking people of northern Zambia, they have a lot of proverbs. And one of them is, in the womb, there is a bridge. Munda ni muchabu. Munda ni muchabu. The program is having difficulty picking up the Bemba, not surprisingly. Bembe people say that in the womb, there is a bridge, Munda ni Muchabu. And many people walk across this bridge. That's why we're all so different. We come from many different places. You came to Manchester, more recently virtually, originally in person, and you brought all your gifts and talents and your personalities and your questions with you. And it's been great fun teaching you. I know I speak on behalf of all my colleagues in anthropology when I say we've been so impressed with the work you've achieved this year. It's been outstanding, and we know the difficult circumstances. We're sad that we were not able to be with you in person more recently, but we're so impressed by what you've done, and you deserve every congratulation. Education changes us, and I think anthropology changes us more perhaps than many other subjects in the way we see the world and where we think about it. And I'm sure, just as Nick was saying, I'm sure you'll take those skills and talents that you've picked up with us, and you carry them forward in your lives to come, your careers. You've done terrific work. I want you to be proud also of what you've done. Please stay in touch and don't forget us. And I'll pass over now to my colleague and friend, Katie Smith, who is the director of the BA in Social Sciences.
Thank you, Tony. Wonderful. Yes, on behalf of the BA in Social Sciences, or BAS program, I am so very proud of you all, especially the way that you've overcome all of the difficulties that this year has thrown at you. And of course, your degree is a massive achievement that will make you more employable and successful in the world of work. But what you have also achieved is a degree on one of the most prestigious programs in a world-leading university. And your BAS degree has provided you with the knowledge and the critical thinking and analytical skills and the experiences that allow you now to go forward and to make positive, much needed changes for the world, to help, to volunteer, and to support others and change lives for the better. So whatever you go on to do for your careers, including further study, with a degree, with your degree from the BAS program at Manchester, I expect you to aim high. And your ambitions for the number of people you should help should also be high. And I would hope that you remember that a career should never be measured simply by the amount of money that you earn, but by the amount of lives that you touch and the people that you help in this and that you support and the positive differences that you make in the world. So your BAS graduates now from the University of Manchester, a massive, massive congratulations. Please remember that this isn't the end, this is the beginning. And I'm very, very proud of you all. And so please do keep in touch. Thanks. And I'll pass over to Richie Nimmo in sociology. Thanks.
Thanks. So on behalf of the whole sociology department, very, very well done on this achievement under incredibly challenging circumstances. I hope that you're all as proud of yourselves as I and all of my colleagues are proud of you. So by graduating in sociology, you've equipped yourself brilliantly for whatever your chosen path and for whatever lies ahead in your chosen career, but also in life. Each of you has shown remarkable dedication, perseverance, self-motivation and self-discipline to get to this point. And we hope that as well as all you've learned about society and culture, you've also learned more about yourselves and what you're capable of. You will all have completed dissertation projects or theses in which you've delved into a specific social issue in some detail, collected your own data, analysed it in depth, and generated your own independent conclusions. To complete such a sustained piece of original intellectual work is really something to be very proud of. And I should add that despite the difficult circumstances and the constraints on fieldwork this year, the quality of this year's dissertations was unprecedented and was specifically praised by our external examiners. So as a cohort, you really did exceptionally well. And what a time to graduate in sociology. You've made yourselves experts on society at a time when global society faces unprecedented challenges, which it will fall to your generation in large part to address and overcome in order to build that better world. So congratulations again, and also good luck.
Thank you so much, Richie. And now I'm going to introduce our Director of Postgraduate Research Studies, Sophie Woodward, who will give you a brief message about the PhD students that will have completed this year. So over to Sophie.
Great, thanks so much, Claire, for the introduction. And I'm just to say, I'm so happy to be here in a, albeit virtual, Whitworth Hall, but I love graduation. It's always the high point of the year. And even in these circumstances, it is no exception. It's such a wonderful occasion. So as the Director of Postgraduate Research for the School of Social Sciences, I just wanted to give a specific message to those of you who are part of our PhD cohort. So we have 53 people graduating with PhDs this year in the School of Social Sciences. So that's 53 new doctors coming out of Manchester School of Social Sciences. And every one of these is an absolutely wonderful success that is worth celebrating for you individually, which I'm sure you know, for your families, friends, but also today for us to celebrate here as the School of Social Sciences and as a university. It's such a wonderful achievement that just cannot be underestimated. And I think in any kind of circumstances, getting a PhD is such a massive achievement. And everybody here, or who's watching on the YouTube, who is graduating with a PhD today, you will know how challenging it is. I don't need to tell you that. And those of us who are academics have all been through it and know it as well. You know, you have to find your own intellectual puzzle, a gap in what's already been done, and also make that unique contribution to knowledge. And every single one of you who's got a PhD has done that. You've managed to achieve that, and that is absolutely wonderful. So well done. Getting a PhD, obviously in the current circumstances, is even more amazing. And I'm just so proud of all of you. You've done such a wonderful job, not only individually achieving, but also supporting each other. And it's been a time when you've really needed that community. And I know that you've all done your best to reach out to each other. So I'd also commend you all on that. That's been absolutely wonderful. You should be so proud of yourselves, because I know that I am. I know that your supervisors are, and also the whole School of Social Sciences is proud of you. And so that just leaves me finally to say congratulations to the class of 2021 and the new cohort of doctors. We can't wait to see what you go on to achieve. We've had PhD students go on to all sorts of different kinds of careers, not just academic careers. So good luck on your journey, and I'm so proud that we have been part of that journey. And just to reiterate what other people have said, please do keep in touch with us. We have really missed seeing you over the last 18 months, but we can't wait to see what you go on to achieve. Well done.
Thank you, Sophie. And yes, absolutely. I can't imagine completed my PhD in a pandemic. So well done to you all. Brilliant achievement. Okay, so now we're going to have a message from our president, Dame Nancy Rothwell. And this is a message for all our graduating students.
Wherever you are in the world, I want to say a huge congratulations to you all on achieving your degree. I'm here in our beautiful Whitworth Hall. I'm standing here with just a few people from audiovisual, with both pride and with regret. My pride is in what you've managed to achieve in what has been a truly exceptional year, and you should be proud of yourselves. My regret is that you're not here with me, that I can't look down and see you, watch you celebrating in our quad, and see your family and friends who've supported you over your time at university, and particularly so over the last year. I also regret the fact that we simply haven't been able to provide to you what you would have expected, what we wanted to give to you as part of your degree. And that's meant you've been challenged, but you've come through that challenge. And that's why you should be so proud of having got to this point. I really hope I'll be able to see you in this Whitworth Hall in the future when we carry out our postponed graduation ceremonies. And if you can come back, I will really look forward to that. Of course, today you are somewhere celebrating the academic achievements that you have made over your time with us at the University of Manchester. That stands you in great stead for your future. A degree from the university helps you in your future employment. But I hope you've gained much more than simply an academic degree from us. I hope you've made friends. I hope you've learned a lot more than you have done just in your academic studies. And particularly importantly, I hope you'll come back, not just for your graduation ceremony sometime in the future, but also to visit us. You are joining 500,000 alumni of the University of Manchester who are spread across the world. You are part of the university's family. You're ambassadors for us, and we want to look after you. Your links with the university will continue. We'll still provide our careers service. You'll still have access to the library for some time to come. So I really hope that you can come back and see us regularly in the future and join our Alumni Association. Congratulations on behalf of the whole university yet again. I hope that you prosper in your future careers and you have very happy lives, and that we all see a new future beyond COVID. Well done, everybody. Thank you.
Okay, so as we come to the end of our virtual celebration, it gives me great sadness that we cannot all stand and applaud you and congratulate you in person. Graduation is my favourite time of year in my job, and I love clapping my students across the stage and all the other students that are graduating that I attend graduations for. But today is not goodbye, and we will have the opportunity to see you graduate at Whitworth Hall next summer. And I hope to see you all there and to clap you across the stage. I hope that you've also downloaded the virtual graduation programme, which includes the name of every graduating student from the University of Manchester. And if you've not had the opportunity to take a look at the programme, the link has been posted in the chat box for you. We would also like to offer a special congratulations to our prize winners. Mario mentioned this earlier. And we invite you all to take a look at our graduation website for the School of Social Sciences, which includes messages from our alumni and celebrates our prize winners and PhD students in the School of Social Sciences. Again, the link is also in the chat. And as everyone has already said, many people have said this, but I'm going to say this again, keep in touch with us. Today is not the end of your time at Manchester. It's the beginning of a new connection with our university and with the members of staff that have taught you. And we welcome you warmly to our community, as Nancy said, of over 500,000 graduating students across the globe. And wherever your journey takes you next, whatever you end up doing, keep in touch with us. Let us know where you are and what adventures you're going on. And I love personally seeing my students grow and develop and go on to do wonderful things. It always fascinates me, and I've kept in touch with students I taught 23 years ago, and I'm still in contact with them and follow their lives, their children, and so on in the future. So please keep in touch with us. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. We have accounts on all of those platforms and also TikTok. So follow us there. So congratulations once again to you all. As we leave today and you get on with your own celebrations, I've got a glass here of Bucks Fizz. I don't know if you can see that. And get on with your celebrations with your family and friends. And what better way to end than listening to a poem from our Chancellor, Len Sisi. And it's a poem dedicated to you all, dedicated to the class of 2021. And once the poem is played out, we will be literally suddenly ending the Zoom. So I'd like to take this opportunity to wish you all the best and say a final goodbye and to thank you all for being here again. And it's been an absolute pleasure to be here with you to celebrate your success. So over to Lem, and congratulations. Congratulations, everyone.
Student life, the common rooms, the crowded buses, the endless cups of tea and trying to find a seat in the alley G. Do you remember how it all stopped? You should be donning your gown and flinging your cap into the air right now. Yet despite this crisis, you still did what you do best. Your work continued, your spirit remained, you persisted. These things make us Mancunians, no matter where we're from, confronting change, surviving and growing, using knowledge, wisdom and humanity, finding Manchester solutions together. Our teaching staff, our researchers, our support staff, our alumni, our friends and family applaud you, the full-time, part-time, online learners, philosophers, inventors, dreamers and groundbreakers, the class that stood up to the toughest of tests and excelled.
The class of 2021.
You're part of our history and also our future, carrying the Mancunian spirit beyond our campus and out into the world. After all, we are all Manchester, and that's something to celebrate.
Congratulations, class of 2021.